logos, okay? Because it means trustworthy and loyal. So secondary, you have green for men, and then you get softer with women. So blue, green, purples, those are all, pretty good. Then you also want to go with pastels for women and strong, solid saturation for men. And then, of course, gaming and soft drink kind of thing, just throw that out the water. So anything teenage, it's different. All right, so again, here's the color theory. You can go color theory all day long. You can go like color psychology all day long. If you're really interested, look it up. You can find a lot of good information.
So, but like, just be aware of the terms too. Analogous, secondary, primary, tertiary. Like, what does that mean when you're talking with a designer and you're designing a logo or something? They might be like, do you want tertiary color palette? Do you want, whatever. So, just be aware of them. Google them. You probably have to Google them anyway. But there's a lot that goes into this stuff. So, and I guess this isn't necessarily your job. It's just your kind of job to like kind of know how to communicate with like a designer, right? You guys maybe aren't designers yourselves. There's tons of school and education that goes into that, a ton of time. So, but just be aware of how to actually communicate with these designers. Awesome, cool. So I just was bringing this up. I know it's hard to see, but like you kind of see that like the font used for like the this flyer is completely different than used for like a school versus like like a kind of cleaner look, things like that. So this is one place to kind of if you want this or if you use Keynote. There's templates in Keynote as well that kind of show different fonts for different purposes for the templates. So go in and look at the fonts and just kind of play around with them. It can kind of be fun. I find it fun, but
Let's start the web.
All right, cool.
Otherwise, we're going to
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For your web colors, this is up, sorry. You're right, this is a good one. So this does relate to your web page. So as you're doing your web page and you're picking your colors, say you want to go with the blue palette. You have three shades of blue. You need to have pop in there. That's communicating with your audience, and people are drawn to different. So if you have a different color that complements your analogous colors, which that's going to be opposite the color wheel, then you have pops of that. So look down in the bottom right-hand corner. This is a palette. So you might find all of those colors on your website. You're always going to have your white and your black. Those are stationary. Some forms of gray, and then your colors, and then your pop. So they have green shades there. 3 green shades, and then a pop of purple. Does that make sense? So they're not going to use the purple in big areas, but they're going to use it in key areas. Areas where you want them to click more. Does that make sense? Or like little highlights.
Cool. Something really important to note, too, is you see these numbers down here? These are called hex. These are hex numbers, okay? Each of these represents this specific color. If you handed a designer that color, or that number, it is literally like maps on every computer in the world to that color. Okay. There's no like translation. The other one's called RGB. It's a number between 0 and 255, and there's 3 of them: red, green, and blue. And it's just like some like that. All computer colors are a mixture of reds, greens, and blues in some varyingness. So when you are looking at your website and on WordPress, actually a lot of times it will ask you to input this number for like what colors you want. And so you'll see this number a lot. And it always usually they have a pound sign in front of it to represent hex. Okay. Does that make sense? Cool.
And you can, if you don't have to memorize those, there are sheets. You go pull up hex colors, bam, tons of colors.
Yeah, so you can just like go to like a color wheel here.
Yeah.
And look it up this way. And if you're on the Mac, you can just go like this is digital media. And this is kind of cool. So if you're on a Mac and you type color on like your lookup thing and it goes digital color meter, you click enter. The Mac comes with this built in, and well, actually I think it does. And you just hover over anything and it will tell you the RGB. Yeah, the RGB. See this window over here? Sorry, it's out of the screen. But it'll tell you the RGB, which is also the hex of any color, which is really cool. So if you're like, oh, I really like that color on the web, I like the Twitter color, this is how to tell. Cool.
Firefox used to have a plugin for that too. I think Chrome probably does.
Chrome definitely does. Yeah, they all do.
Yeah, so if you're on a website and you're like, ooh, I like those colors, go. You can also, pull up their code and everything too.
Yeah.
You can find out a lot.
Yeah, that too. So, all right, that's not what I'm getting into. So this is the last thing before we get started. Is called Themeforest. This is where I got the theme that I was using for WordPress. So this is just like tons and tons of plugins, tons and tons of functionality. A lot of you guys are doing different types of startups. Some just need a blog. Others might need to sell something on their blog. There's WooCommerce and different ways to charge users, and this is all pre-coded for you. You just kind of plug it. Once you learn how to create a plugin and just plug it in, it's all kind of there for you. So I'm using this for documentation of code. There's non-for-profit, layers, education, e-commerce, the whole shebang. So come on in here and you can go to WordPress and just I spent hours on this thing the first time I did it and found really cool different things. So cool. All right, let's get started with some fun stuff.
And
then.
you should record it.
It is. It's been yeah. All right, guys. So I'm gonna start with pretty much I'm gonna assume you've already had MAMP installed. Okay. So go and open this window up right here, MAMP. And once you have this window, click on Preferences. All right, and then Preferences will show you this document root drive right here. It says doc root. Okay, and you're gonna remap this to if I can figure out how to do it. Yeah, you click the folder. Yeah, you click the folder icon. You're going to put this inside. So you're going to go to Applications over here. So click on Applications.
Okay.
You good?
Pause, you're going to move slower.
All right.
Or repeat.
Yep.
So it's mapping to this document. Did you create that document?
Just go and click on the folder. It defaults to something different. So click on the folder there. It's next to document root. And it's going to open up a Finder window. This thing right here. And you're going to click on Applications on the left side. And you're going to go to MAMP, what you just installed. Double click on that. And then you're going to see something called htdocs there. Click on that, double click on that. All right, now you're inside a folder. Going in the bottom left, say click on Create New Folder. See how it says Create New Folder? And type WordPress. And then hit Create. And then now you're in the WordPress folder. And then go ahead and hit Select. And if you'll notice, your path right here got updated to that WordPress folder. So now this is looking for stuff in that folder. And we'll get to that in a second. Then just click OK, you're done with that step. All right, so step 2, if you guys are still following, is go ahead and open Finder again and go to your WordPress downloads where you downloaded the WordPress, the documents from WordPress from my blog or wherever the instruction set. And you're going to see a whole bunch of these files inside that. You're going to copy all those files. Yeah, from the WordPress download. The download that you guys downloaded a file called WordPress, and then inside that there's going to be it's going to have WP dash a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay. Somebody zipped.
Yeah, you got to unzip it.
Neighborhood or WordPress?
WordPress.
Okay.
So WordPress at this point is in the htdocs folder.
It will be in a second. You just created a folder called WordPress, and now you're going to move all of the docs from the downloaded folder called WordPress and move it over. Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, it's fine.
I just went to the zip file that I
Yes.
where it's zipped, and then I clicked in on the WordPress document and you gotta find a location of where
And then you're going to copy all those files into that other WordPress document or the other WordPress folder that we just created. So here it is. Paste it in there. It's in Applications, MAMP, htdocs, WordPress.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep, htdocs, and there's a folder in there that you just created called WordPress. Cool. So once they're in, you're good? All right. All right, cool. So now you guys can close the downloads folder and close this folder as well. And go back to this little window here. And you see the Start Server button. Click on that. Okay. All right, so once you guys click the Start Server, it'll turn green. And then go ahead and click Open Web Start Page, the center button right here. It's going to open a browser window. And this browser window is going to look like this. Now you're only going to have to do this once, so we're going to run through this together. Right here it says PHP My Admin. You see this little blue link? Does everyone see this window? Good. All right. Click PHP My Admin. It's going to take you to this really confusing looking thing. This is the hardest part of everything we're doing today, okay?
Hard part first.
Yep.
Wait, what'd you click on?
Yeah, no problem. So you click on open it, open the start button. It's going to click right here. Do you have this page? And then click on My PHP Admin, or PHP My Admin. And then go ahead and click, if you guys are still following on, click on Databases in the top left. The top left tab's called Databases. And then you see it says Create Database right here. Type WordPress. I just told you guys to do my startup. WordPress into here. And hit Create. Cool?
Was this supposed to create a table?
Database? Nope, just go ahead and hit just regular create. I actually haven't here, let me do WordPress too. I'll do this with you. Yep, okay, cool. And then once it says no tables found, that's okay. Once you get to this screen, stop. Everyone on this screen? Awesome. Alright, so go ahead and don't close this tab just in case I forgot something, but go ahead and go back to this other window here and click that open web start page again. You're gonna see this page again? Yeah? Alright, so go to the URL bar. That's the address. Hey, I've been working with my mom for the weekend and she's like, what's the URL? Alright, so delete everything past the 888. Okay. You see what it looks like now? It's got just localhost port 8888. And then you go and hit enter. And if you're lucky, or if you did everything right, this is what you should see. How many of you guys see that? Who doesn't see this? Everyone good? Awesome. So go ahead and this is something WordPress has been famous for, is this 5-minute install, so they say. So we'll see how long it takes. Go ahead and hit continue, English.
Is this just to install WordPress?
Mm-hmm.
Why is this so confusing?
This is for who?
Like, do you need any normal person?
So what we're doing is we're installing WordPress locally. There's a lot of benefits to this. There are easier ways technically to do WordPress, but then it requires you to have internet connection and a whole bunch of other stuff. So this is just the most robust way.
Like going around.
We're simplifying by making it more complex. Yeah. All right, cool. So then go ahead and click this. Go ahead and click Let's Go. All right, and you guys see this right here? All right, so the database name is WordPress. We created this earlier. That's what I had you guys type was WordPress. And you can find, like, we opened that in my PHP admin. Go ahead and create a username. I'll go ahead and create my name, Wesley. And I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as my password. Localhost is great. And WP is great as well. So the only two things you're filling in is your username and a password. Okay. And then if you're on a Mac, what I do is so that you don't forget this, is I Command-Shift-4 and take a screenshot. If you're on a PC, you can snippet tool. Everyone good at this point? Just nod so I kind of, yes? Okay, cool. You can judge it. Hit submit. Alright. We've got an error. Okay. That means I missed a step. This is why we stop. Okay. Username and password I think have to be actually root. So hang on, let me try this again. Okay. So go back and change your username and password to root and root. I apologize. R-O-O-T and R-O-O-T. The reason the reason for this is that your database has a password on it, and it's expecting root and root as its default password. You'll be able to install that later, or fix that later. Go ahead and hit run the install once you're at this point. Anyone not at that point?
Yeah, Wes, it's localhost :888, right?
No, it's just localhost.
Just localhost on the browser?
Oh, in the browser? Yeah. Sorry, in the
MN48.
yeah. It's port 8888.
Yeah, it's not getting that.
So, do you have any other server stuff running? Potentially. Okay. Well, Barbara will keep helping you, and I will help you after. Is this a Mac or is this a PC?
It's PC.
Yeah, Barbara will help you.
I have a really,
Also PC. What? What's the issue?
oh, I have a really quick question. So, like, is there an advantage? Like, we're downloading this so we can like edit this from our computer versus the online version of it?
Yes, yeah. So there's a few benefits to doing this. Okay, one, you don't have to pay WordPress a ton of money later to use their system. Okay, WordPress.com can get really expensive really fast. This allows you to like shop around essentially and create it and put it anywhere. So there's places called you've heard of GoDaddy. They host. There's a bunch of hosting things that you can go and you'll pretty much push this installation to them, and that way you can work locally. You don't need an internet connection doing this, which is really cool. And yeah, it'll go. You can push it to like something a little bit more robust than WordPress.com. So I chose to do it this way.
WordPress.com is a server too.
It is a hosting. You can also host it on WordPress.com. Yeah, cool. So apparently it says I've already installed, but I'm assuming you guys have something that says like thanks, you guys you're complete.
Information needed, set title, username, password, your email.
All right, yeah. So so go ahead and enter whatever you want to enter. Like enter your startup's name, your username, your password, your email. Then go ahead and hit done. Make sure you remember the username and password. Now it's actually important. So this username and password is the one that's important.
Me too.
Which I'm not sure I remember. So the Themeforest is where it's up here. Themeforest is where you can go to get themes. Both actually the mostly paid themes. You can also here. I'll show you guys what to do. Go to appearances over here, and click on. You see like a little pop out thing happens. Click on themes. And right now, there's this everyone's default theme is called 2016, I guess for the year, real creative. You could look at 2015's model and 2014's model, and you see they kind of change them over time. I guess to fit the current trends of the internet or the web. So if you probably went back to like 2009, it'd be like worse, right? I guess the idea. So you can right here click on add a new theme. And these are all of WordPress's free themes. Most of these are free. I think they're actually all free on here. And they're also pretty crappy generally, but sometimes you can find some good ones, like a one-pager. This one doesn't look too bad. And all it takes to install a new theme, actually let's do this one. This one looks kind of cool. Let me click install. And it says, oh, it's downloading, unpacking, installing, and it's successfully installed. Now, so it's been installed, but it hasn't been activated. So there's a difference between being installed and activated. So go ahead and activate this. So now this is my active theme, and you can see it's active because it says down here it's active. So if I go back to my website, it should be right here, it looks completely different now. Whoa! But look, it's still got my it's still got my blog posts in here and stuff. It's still it's pulling these images from somewhere, but it's got my content is still here, which is really cool. That I can change a theme without and not have to worry about it. So normally, though, you won't be changing themes all the time. So I went ahead and, like I said, I bought a nice theme for you guys to kind of use. So hopefully you guys have all downloaded the theme called Neighborhood. It should be in your downloads folder or something. So let's go ahead and install that right now. So
if you like one of the themes layouts, but you don't like their pictures, is there a way to change?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'll go ahead. So these themes are just templates. Everything here, it's just a shell. So all of this can be rearranged, restructured, redone essentially. So so this is like a sample page, yeah?
Do you have to have a theme, or can you just start from a blank?
So you can create your own theme if you want to, or I guess you can probably find a theme that's as close to blank as you could find. But generally, in WordPress, yeah, it's all theme based.
I would highly suggest the
Yeah, you can. Yeah, WordPress is completely modular, and I believe it's open source. So if you wanted to go in and code a ton of stuff up, if you're real tech savvy, go for it. It's completely open. And you can, so I know a lot of people that will actually make plugins and themes for WordPress, and they charge a lot of money to do so. So it's there's complete careers built around improving this platform. So some things have you guys ever heard of TechCrunch? I think we've talked about this last time. TechCrunch uses this. This is a really popular, whatever. They've developed their own theme for this, right? So it's like, you can kind of tell it's a WordPress maybe, but like it's really good for a blog, and it's, you know, it works. They make millions on this every year. So this is their product. TechCrunch is a news site, and this is their product. And it's all on WordPress. So all of their writers and stuff, I don't know, let's see. Google Fiber, yeah, cool. We like Fiber. We like Fiber. You know, they wrote this article. This article was written using this posts thing right here, right? Remember we created a post a few minutes ago? That article was created the same way. You would go in here and you create a add new post. They wrote it, they hit save, and then it just appeared on their website. That makes sense? That's exactly how simple it is to create a post.
Could multiple people be editing
Yes.
the same site?
Yes. So that's one of the beautiful things about this is if you go to the bottom, or the top, I guess, it says this is done by Lucas Matney. And I guess I could click on him, and they probably have some person profile about Lucas here. Yep, and he's got some links and stuff, and that's part of their theme too. So I'm assuming in their theme they've added, because I told you this is completely extensible. They have a people section over here with users, and these users are added kind of dynamically or every day. Yeah.
I guess, my question would be, how could more than one person edit the website from more than one computer?
Yeah. So right now, what you're doing is completely local. It's on a local computer, right? So it's not possible right now for me to edit your posts because I can't be on your computer with you, right? But what happens is when you're ready to deploy this, once you've got it all set up locally, you'll go and you'll buy hosting. You'll shop around. You'll look for, you know, $60 a year, $200 a year, whatever it is for hosting, and you'll go in and you'll push this entire thing up to a WordPress that's hosted in this cloud, okay, on this computer that's up here. Now anyone can then with a login connect to this computer and use it as like it's a shared computer at this point, right? So that's kind of like what we're doing. That's what you could do. Right now we're doing it all local just to simplify everything. And maybe if you guys are really interested in learning how to deploy your WordPress site, we can totally do another workshop. It's like actually deploying it, getting your URL and pointing your URL to your WordPress blog. And we can totally do that maybe at a later time if you guys are still interested. Yeah.
That's a question. Why would you do this over like Wix or Weebly?
Yeah, this is a lot more control than Wix and Weebly, both of them.
Don't use Wix.
And it's so much more scalable than both of them. So, and it's a lot cheaper potentially than them. So, like you won't see, Wix doesn't have multi-million-dollar businesses generally on Wix, generally speaking. Wix is great for like landing pages, profile pages, things like that, right? But as you scale and as like specifically, this is great if you want to like make a blog post or like continue to grow your your stuff. Like maybe one day you want to start selling things on it. It's really simple to add a shopping cart into your theme. It's really simple to add these kind of higher advanced things that you don't have to, and they're free, right? Like it's pretty much free from a database standpoint. And now Wix and stuff doesn't necessarily have that customizability.
So they only make money on hosting.
These guys only make money if you host it with them. Yeah.
So
Whereas Wix, you have to pay
Right.
to have the site.
Correct.
Sort of how we use Wix. It was really easy, but as soon as we realized we needed to change anything, and like as the business, we basically had to completely redo the entire website on WordPress because we realized it wasn't well formatted for mobile. It was just not working out anymore.
Yeah, you just mentioned a really interesting term there. Mobile. So how does it support mobile? Well, I guess I'll just kind of, like, look, it just auto-changed to mobile. Look at that. That's awesome. Like, their default theme here just automatically just like, oh, now you're on mobile, right? It's like, and you can even see the point at which it changes to mobile, right? There.
On the theme selection, you can actually see it has a picture in the bottom left-hand corner of a monitor, a tablet, and a phone.
How do you use?
So if you guys want to see what it looks like mobile, just shrink your browser. Shrink your browser down. Yep. On the thing, and it'll show you what it looks like that. So like this one, let's see how this theme looks like on mobile. So it shrinks, and that's what it looks like on mobile. You see how the menu bar changed like that? Oop, menu change.
Can you edit a theme on what it looks like when it's in mobile?
Some themes you can. Some themes, like if it's a free theme, it's going to kind of be set a little bit more in its ways. You'll have to know how to program to do it. But if you have a good theme, then yeah, you'll be able to like fully customize it. All right, cool. So now I'm going to show you guys how to actually go in and like install your new theme. Just go to Themes again, Appearance Themes. You'll see the screen. I know, it's okay. Or if you go another week, it's fine. Up here, click Add New. upload theme, also in the top left corner there. It says you have to have the theme in a zip file. So if you download it from my site and you're on a Mac, it automatically unzips it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go to our downloads folder. And you're going to right click on neighborhood. And you're just say compress neighborhood. If you're on a PC, it actually might have stayed in a zip file. So, but what you're looking for is the .zip extension at the end. And it takes a second. What is it, 11? It's taking a lot longer than I thought, but cool. Now it's zipped. We can close that. It should be under your downloads if you download it.
Under downloads.
Yeah.
Zip file.
All right, cool.
Yeah, just click, you just want to use the zip one.
Yeah, you have to use the zip one. So then, go ahead.
How do you view the site again?
View the what?
You type in the URL.
Did you ever get working or?
So you can click open this. Yep, cool. So you can click it right here and then delete the extra stuff at the end when this opens, when MAMP opens. Or you can just type it in yourself, localhost ... 888. All right, cool. So now click choose theme right here, choose file, whatever, and click on the zip file. And then hit install now. It's unpacking, which means unzipping, it's installing, and then it's successfully been installed, and now hit activate. Cool.
These are the things you paid for, right?
I paid for this one. This is the one.
Not supposed to use these.
You can use it, just not for in production. So like don't like go and like copy this entire theme to like a. You can use it on your computer. Just don't go and do it with like and sell it on the internet, right? Yeah, go buy it if you like it. Yeah. So no. And so like if you forgot that customize, sometimes you forget to hit activate. You just come down here and you hit activate to like switch it back. Okay. So cool. Now if you look in the sidebar, whoa, a ton more stuff got added. If you see this over here, this is part of this theme's features. This was an expensive theme, and because it's an expensive theme, it comes with a lot of cool features. Like, remember I was telling you guys that each of these, if you look at TenCrunch, this guy's got a profile page. You can now do that with your team. In this team thing, if you wanted to like add your team, you'd go in here and you'd select, well, let's just click on it. And it says, oh, no team members. Let's add a new member. My name is Wes. I like WordPress. And I'll hit publish. And if you saw down there, I can add positions and emails. You know, what's my position? I don't know, CEO. Yeah.
Couldn't you do that if you just created a whole new page?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could totally. But what's going to happen is WordPress is going to think it's like a blog post, so it's going to paste it on like a blog post essentially. So you could keep linking back to like a blog post where a person is, but it's probably better just to do it like through a team here, because you'll see in a second why that's important. So what I'm going to do is I'm just filling in some information about me. You know, what's my LinkedIn, Twitter, Skype, all this information and stuff. You can even have categories, you know, like the executive team or the, you know, contractors that you have or whatever. And I'm just going to save this. I'm going to hit update. Cool. And you can even add clients if you wanted clients. There's testimonials. So if you wanted, like people said you're awesome, you want to display it on your website, you could do this in a testimonials. Or jobs, if you're looking to hire people, you want to like post a job thing.
Click on the testimonial so they can see how the posting kind of has those little quotations around it.
Yeah, okay. So let's go to add new testimonial. You see like everything looks similar. Like it's all the same, it's just in like different tabs. That's the beauty of this, right? I can say like, what's this new testimonial going to be called? I don't know. WordPress is awesome. I love it. And then like, WordPress is so cool and easy. Right?
So these testimonials are things that you would have to enter yourself. It's not something someone else can go on and review.
So you could that is out. Yeah. So like and when you see it online, like when you go to websites and you see like the startups that say like what our friends are saying about us, right? That's what this is like, you know. It's usually like a slider or something. It's like going through all the testimonials, you know, something like that.
So it's not
Yeah, that's right. And you see like it kind of helps you along. Experts are optionally handcrafted summaries of the content, you know, whatever. So again, I'm just gonna real quick. This you could add media here. So like if I want to add media, actually let's do that. I'm gonna publish this. And so now I just added a new testimonial. So now I have a testimonial and I have a team member. That's me. Let's go ahead and go to let's go to media up here. Click on media. And when you click on media, you're gonna see media library. And if you notice, like your media library is empty because you haven't added any media. And so if someone was asking if you could like change the images and stuff, this is how you do that. is you'll click on Add New. It'll say drop a file anywhere. Well, I downloaded something in the past, right? Remember we downloaded that JPEG. So I'm just going to drop it here. Or you can click Select File, either way. And if it uploads, yep, there it is. So there, now it's uploaded. I can click on the image, I can see it. This is the title of it, the caption, the alt text. We'll talk about this stuff later. This stuff's really important for search engine optimization. And if you wanted your site to be to like the top of Google's search rankings, you'd have to do this for every one of these photos. But for now, we're just going ahead and leave it as is. So now we've got a picture in our library. So now let's go ahead and now we've got a picture, we've got a team member, we have a testimonial. Let's go ahead and create a blog post. Let me see where that's at. Or a page. I guess we'll create a page. No, we'll create a post.
Where'd you get the picture from?
I downloaded it from the Splash,
Okay, you just
Unsplash. So I downloaded it.
gonna pretend I'm in watch.
Yeah, you can use whatever. And yeah. All right, cool. So now let's add a new post. You'll see that there's two default. Actually, you'll notice that this one I created earlier. Let me go ahead and I'm going to edit this post, all right? Because I created this earlier, hello group. I'll edit it. And I saw this is a cool feature, but I kind of want a picture now in my builder. So I'm going to add media. It's like, okay, you can either upload or you can see it from your media library. I'm going to choose it from my media library. And there it is. And I'll hit insert into post. There it is. So this is what we call a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. Yeah, I know, real cute. What you see is what you get. So let's say I want this centered. I'm going to center it. I'm going to bold this thing. Here I bold that. I'll add a link maybe to this. That goes like just to a site that I know. And then cool. Now I'll hit update. And then instantly what would have happened is anytime you would have saw that, you notice it's right here on this old theme. If I refresh the page, this is going to go to like this new theme that we downloaded, which looks kind of different. And then if I go to hello group, there's the picture. It's kind of small. So I guess that would have been a product of the way I imported it and decompressed it. So you could change that and stuff. You notice it says related articles. That's something cool that this theme does. So all right, cool. So we've kind of seen that here's my user profile and stuff. Cool. So right now we've created a bunch of content, but we haven't created any pages. And you guys are like, how do we create a page and stuff? Like, this is really useless to me. So let's go ahead and go to pages. And let's go to add new. This is where it gets really fun, and this is where it gets like the difference between a paid theme and a non-paid theme. See right here it says Swift Page Builder. Okay, cool. Click on that. And all of a sudden you got this like new kind of cool looking thing, right? Click on Choose Elements. And this is the drag and drop interface. This is where this thing gets really, really powerful, okay? So how many of you guys did wireframes? How many of you guys did the wireframes I told you guys to do? It's okay if you didn't. You did?
I did.
All right, cool. So do you have it with you?
Yes.
Yeah? Can I see it?
No.
No? Okay. It's okay. It's a wireframe.
I'm not confident.
It's literally, I did mine on crayon for this.
It's better than everybody else's because they don't have one.
I mean, it's like.
That's perfect.
That's fine.
That's perfect. Yeah. Let me see that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Great, cool. So if you see here, I'll just put this here. This, I guess, it's an image,
Yeah.
and this is some text. Our goal is to do something. Our product is to do something. This is like a title up here, right?
Yeah, where you can click on the
Yeah. Okay. So it's a click on title and stuff, and maybe she's got some other content and stuff down here, whatever. Okay, cool. So looking at this, can you use these elements to make this page? Well, the answer is yes, you can. You can almost make anything, like this allows you to build your page into anything you want it to look like. So here, I'll go ahead and go through and I guess try.
Theme specific?
What?
This is theme specific?
This is theme specific. However, a lot of themes will have different versions of this to drag and drop stuff, okay? So I'm going to show you guys what columns are and what rows are. So what ends up happening is the web page is broken into columns and rows. So in this case, this is like maybe 2 columns because there's a split here. And there's a split here. So you can think of it like kind of like a T, right? So this is row 1, this is row 2, and in row 2 there's 2 columns. You see that? Everyone see that? So that's kind of like when you're building your content, that's kind of what you want to think about. Remember last week Barbara talked about the rule of thirds and stuff? This is good. If you notice, it's like a third. Your picture is a third of your This is like 2/3, it's like 1/3, right? That's awesome. Good, that's real thirds. Because it would look really weird if it was split right down the center, right? So this is kind of part of like building the right websites and things. One column looks good. Okay, one just pure text column looks good for blog posts. In this case, she's got kind of two things. This works well. Okay, so let's go ahead and create that.
What is making your page with no? I don't know. Both of y'all's opinion on wrap text around images. I personally don't like those.
So it depends on what it depends on what the post. Like if it's a blog post, it can work really well, right? If it's like a content post, I would stray away from it. So like if you're doing like a page and it's like an image, I'd go away from it. But if it's like if the image is inside of a text, like if it's meant to be part of the text to enhance the text, I find it to be okay. But what do you think, Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And it's just usually, if you're doing text wrap, you just kind of want to look at the margins between the, how close the text is to the image.
You want to do that?
You want a pretty good gap,
Okay.
because you don't,
Yeah.
because if it sits on there, it just gets ugly.
WordPress will do a lot of that for you too. Like it's automatically going to give you that padding, the scientifically right amount of spacing for your users, right? It's all science. So, all right. So now, in order to kind of make this, we could choose an element. Like I'll just choose like a I don't know. Let's see, like a blog. Like a blog. Look, it's a blog. Here it is. So what I could do is I could decrease the size of it. 2/3, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/6. So 1/6 is as small as you can go. And as you can see, I'm just kind of making content different sizes. So I'll make the blog post like that big. And then let's do an image. Let me find out where an image is at. You guys see the image anywhere? Good snippet, portfolio, single image. Okay, so notice it does like the full box, so I'll decrease it down to 1/3. Oh, it automatically drops up there. I'm going to go ahead and click on add an image. How do I want the image? There's a whole bunch of different settings here. Do I want the full setting? Do I want large, medium, small, a thumbnail? You know, like what's my frame? Do I want like a frame around the image? So, I'm just going to click on add an image, and you notice it always goes back to your image, like the library that we used earlier. I'll just select it. Do you want it to open in another window if you click on it? Do you want to add a link to it? Is there a caption? I'm just going to leave all that blank, but you kind of get the idea that it's really extensible.
For being, I guess, efficient when
Yep.
we're doing this, would you recommend us to download all of our media, like our images that we might possibly use to here, so that we can easily select it?
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, so there's two kind of methods or schools of thought. You either upload it as you do the pages, or you upload it all at once and do the pages like into it. Yeah, you can choose. I do it actually page by page, but if you want to just bulk do it, that's fine too. I do it page by page because like I change my mind, like, oh, I don't want to actually add that, and then sooner or later you're gonna get like a ton of different images that you necessarily might not want, which isn't a big deal. It manages it very well. But yeah, so I just do it page by page.
I also kind of, if you have a lot of content, I like to do my content separately, the word checker, spell check, and then, you know, kind of check it for grammar, and then I like to copy paste.
Okay.
So let's see, what else do we want here? Oh, let's do a testimonial. Like, we'll kind of go along with kind of what she said. And the testimonial slider, it says it's a slider.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and click edit. What's the title? You know, number of items. Do we want 6? No, let's just do, yeah, well, I guess we'll do 6. You know, you can select what categories you want. So like if you just have like, so earlier when I created the testimonial, I could have added a category to it. And do we want to autoplay, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, so all this is pretty basic. And like we could change the animation, you know, slide versus fade. Let's do a slide. So it kind of, it's like you can imagine like on a web page, like the testimonials will kind of slide on and off. Okay. So just go ahead and click save. And now this looks like a pretty good page. I'm pretty happy with this. So let's go ahead and create it. Let's make a title. We'll call it, what do you want to call it? You know, new page, I guess. Whatever. Real creative. So you'll notice that this said that this somehow automatically added 12-12. This is the link, so you want to make this link kind of creative, and sometimes you want it to describe the page. So in this page, I'll do new page, and hit OK, and I'll hit publish. Awesome. It was that easy, like it published it. So if I want to see it, just click on this permalink. Here it is. So it looks kind of weird right now because I didn't set this fully upright. But you see, if you notice down here, because I put the text small, this is the testimonial down here. Remember we created that earlier? This image is up here just like we wanted, and then this was the blog section. I don't really like the blog section. This doesn't really look that good right here, so I'm going to change this out. In order to just change that out, you just would go, you hit the back button. And I'm just going to delete this. I don't like it. And let's add a new element instead. Let's do, I don't know, a text block. And you notice it adds it at the end, so we'll go back to the 2/3, and you can just click and drag it. And I don't want it there, I want it on the other side. And this will just be like,
This was $40 or was it $70?
this was 70.
$70 one.
You think it's worth us to spend like 50 or so on the theme for
No.
the first page, or do you think we should go free?
It's up to you. I have different, it's up to you.
I want to know your personal opinion.
I spent the money. I own this thing, and it really comes down to what are you looking to do? What's your audience looking? If I wanted a shopping cart, I wanted people to be able to go through and actually like do transactions, and this theme is able to do transactions and stuff. So it's a big theme. $70, and you're gonna get like a ton of features, but you're gonna get a ton of features you're not gonna use, right? So I would look and see, like, if you're just trying to get a blog, look for something that just looks good. It's a simple one-page blog. But if you're looking for something like your whole product, or you want to sell things, you want to do things, then maybe look for a more extensible theme.
Okay.
Barbara, you got?
Just looking at throw something up, find a good free one.
Yeah.
Then you can always update the theme. That's the best thing about WordPress, which it doesn't change your content.
Oh, okay.
That's
Like,
right.
it's
So
not
your
like
contents
you-
are like that's right. So once you get your theme, like if you got your content put on there, you can just keep flip-flopping themes in and out all
For
day.
seasonal.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want to do that for business,
But you could, right? Yeah. Cool. So I added this text, this kind of fake text in here, and let's go back and take a look at it. And yeah, it looks a lot better. I mean, this is still kind of annoying down here, and I'm not sure I like this, but this is all customizable in the theme that we've chosen, right? But you kind of see that like this isn't as bad as this is okay. Like the users can click on the page and again, this is meant for like a shopping, so it's like a personal shopper. It's got like accounts and stuff like that and whatnot. But we're kind of getting somewhere with this. So most themes will have theme options, and this let's see, menus and stuff. So appearance and menus. Menus is really important. Menus get really complex. They're quite crazy. Menus are what this thing up here looks like. Like this, it still says neighborhood up here, and this is my home screen and stuff like that. Menus allow me to kind of customize and change all of that. I don't really want to. I would love to get into this right now, but we only have 15 minutes left. I'm not sure that's going to be the best use of the time. It'll take a little bit to actually create, and you need a lot of content. So someone asked me if like the best way to kind of go about this is actually, you're right, to put the content in first, and then kind of start filling things in. Because once you have the content in, everything gets really easy to fill into, right? Like everything kind of falls into place, like puzzle pieces. But if you don't have the content in there, you're kind of making a puzzle without all the pieces. You kind of get this half-baked image. Yeah, so does that kind of give you guys kind of some sense of what WordPress is, how to create it, what it's doing, things like that? All right. We got about 15 minutes left. Barbara, you got anything that you want to touch on? Big things?
Yeah, I think probably the biggest thing is sidebars. Sometimes all the categories and metadata and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The widgets, if we can show them how to clear that off so it's not seen.
Is it in widgets? Yeah, it's right here.
Is it widgets or is it?
I think sidebar one, right here. This is what the sidebar is and stuff.
So on the first page, when you see all that stuff on
See
the
all
right-hand
this?
side,
See all
you
this?
might not want all that.
It's ugly.
It's ugly.
This is ugly, right? We don't want this. So we could either take it out completely, right? I think we can go into this page and just
change
remove
your-
it.
Or how to do a static page, which is your different first page.
Okay, yeah, the first page. Okay,
I think
it
that's
shows like the landing
probably,
page. Okay, where is that actually? Do you know where the landing page is?
It's on.
Is it sample page?
Okay. Go back to appearance in the sidebar. Show them that. We'll just do that all together. Just drop it down and say delete.
Each one of these anything, right?
And it's not deleting it for like the life of everything. It's just deleting it from.
You'll notice over here on this left side, it shows available widgets, and that's like you can just drag and drop
Your
them into
library.
there, right? Yeah. So if you just drop these off, it's no big deal. And again, like as I drop these off,
Click and drag. That's even easier.
yeah, you can just click and drag it off. Like it just disappears, and it'll instantly. Like if I go back to this thing right here, it should instantly. Yeah. Now that sidebar is just completely gone. Look, it's like it's already like 100 times better than what it was.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it's under theme options.
To where we're at?
No.
Appearance.
This one treats it different because it's like it asks. I know this theme asks if you would like a static thing or if you just want a blog post and stuff. So let me go to general options and look, see if it's in
Generally,
here.
they all ask that. You know, the WordPress was founded as a blog, so it wants to blog. So it says, do you want the first page is going to be the last blog that you made, which is kind of what a lot of people do want. But for you guys, I think you want a landing page. So when we find it.
So go ahead and just click over here on theme options. Just click the gear, and you're gonna see this page, and you automatically see like, whoa, there's like a ton of options here, like hundreds. So right now on full width, if we wanted, we could change it to boxed. Boxed will make this whole thing kind of like not go all the way down, and like it'll cut it off here instead. We'll keep it for full width. You know, add a favicon. Favicon's what happens up here in this little icon up here. That's a favicon right there. So you can add like a favicon, RSS feeds, all this kind of cool stuff. Let me see here. I think it's in
So that's if someone makes your site their favorite.
Favicon. No, favorite.
No.
Yeah, kind of. That like it's also like if I go to, like I said, TechCrunch earlier, you see that little icon up here. It's also these icons. Like if I go to Reddit, right? Like Reddit's like right. It's that little icon right there. That's what it is.
That's where you make a page. It's either under theme options or appearance. So basically, your first page is going to ask you if you want it blog or if you want static. I like to do static, so I'll add a new page, and that new page might just have a picture on it with, you know, like your value proposition, and you can call it home. And then that's what it'll come to, and then they can click on all your menus to get elsewhere.
So how do you do that?
He's looking for it in this theme.
Okay, so I think it's actually under here. Yeah, right. Static front page. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and go to. This is where it gets real fun. Go to Appearance and Customize. Can I borrow? How much battery do you have? Can I borrow your charger?
Yep.
Thank you. Like 13%.
Make sure to customize.
All right, and you click on site identity, I think. Thank you. Yeah, static. Never mind. Yeah, static front page. And you'll see here it says actually select. Now it says select a static front page, and so it changes, and you can select the front page. Let's do that. Like if you guys have been following along, you can create that new page, and then we'll say like what do you want your post to live? We're actually not going to do posts. We'll just leave that blank. But if you wanted to, you could do posts. You can hit save and publish. And now your new like root, so if I went to localhost 8888, my new like default is that page we created, right? So this could be anything. You can create this completely whatever. And so you notice like neighborhoods up here, that's not what we want. So in this again, in this kind of this viewer right here, we can change the, oh nope, that's how you change the theme. Crap.
It should be under customize.
Where'd it go? Yeah, just lost it. My computer's like catching up. Alright, customize.
Appearance customize.
Yes, there's a ton of options. Like guys, you see, like you can change the colors, and you remember we were talking about the hex colors. That's what this little thing is right here. If you guys can barely see it, it gives you like a nice editor to change to.
But see how the picture, like we're looking here, it's very simple and easy to read in the main space, and then the colors are on the header and the footer, and you want to use your colors discreetly. And so it has neighborhood up there, and that could be probably more like your logo area, or you can have your logo come to the left or something. But you should have what WordPress is great for is that every page is pretty much the same, which is what you want. You want your logo to be on it somewhere so that they know that they're still on your page.
So like I made this my site icon. It could be anything. I just made it that. You'll notice if I change this to testimonial, or like I change this to like WordPress site. If I hit update, save and publish, you'll notice up here this gets changed. When I refresh this page, it should get changed. Yep, there it is, WordPress site. So you kind of see that like you guys can you can literally change everything as detailed or as not detailed. Like from the body text color, like this is text, so this is body text. Let me change this to red. Look, all the red changed here. Like I don't know why you'd want that like to be red, but maybe you want it to be yellow or whatever or white. So yeah, we'll just make it black for now. Or if you guys ever screw up, just hit the default and it'll change it back to the default. Cool. So let's see. What's this promo bar? I don't even know what the promo bar is on this and stuff. Widgets.
Would you be willing, once we make our pages, for us to show it to you and give us some suggestions?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So one some things we haven't covered tonight is like, okay, cool. So you kind of get the idea of like there's a ton of customize. This takes hours to do, but it takes hours like a factor less hours than to hand code it, right? So I know it seems like you're going through a ton of menus, but if you want to hand code this, it would take even longer, right? So so the only things that don't get converted over, like if you get a new theme, is this window right here will not get converted over, right? Because this is theme dependent. So this is changing my theme style, and if you change your theme style, then changed your theme, it's a new theme. You have to change the style again, right? But the content post and everything will be the same, right? So this is where like if you're creating a new theme and like you want to go in, this is really where you're going to spend a lot of time customizing the look and feel of the pages and stuff. Let's see. So this is cool. This allows you to export everything. So if you like want to make backups and stuff, you can make backups and blah 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 blah. Font options. What fonts do you want? This is this. Remember we talked earlier about Google fonts. That's what this is. This is every Google font possibility right here. What type? What's your standard? Yeah, there's hundreds and thousands of options here.
How do you save our work? Does this autosave?
This autosaves. Every time you change something, you just hit save change, then it'll save.
So you just like click out of your browser when you're done? And
Yep, you just click out, and then once you come back, it'll be in the same spot, like ready to go. You just have to make sure your server's running. That's the MAMP. Server's running. Let's see. I kind of want to change that.
So while we're building we shouldn't use this theme then. We should probably use the theme we really.
Yeah. So what I would do is, again, like, if you guys want to spend some time and just kind of, I'll help you guys out a little bit with the lay of the land of Themeforest. WordPress is up here, and we'll just click on popular items for now. Again, these are paid, so you don't have to do it this way. These just happen to be the paid ones. And yeah, you just kind of go through and you kind of click on, oh, this one looks kind of cool. Let me preview it. You click live preview. It'll open you up. It'll open it up, and it'll show you like what it looks like. What demo do we want? We want this demo. I don't know why. Oh, and like this is what the theme would look like if you added content and stuff, right? Like, this thing's okay. It's a little slow when I scroll and stuff, but it's overall a nice theme. Maybe it's just not for me. It's too square. I don't know. So you go back and it's like it was for business, corporate business. Like maybe I don't want corporate business. I want something else. So you guys can kind of see the range of kind of themes. These are the really they're about $50-$60 plus or minus. There's also something called Wordpress Plugins, and then you get into other crazy things, and like this is for like power users and yeah, pretty much like if there's a feature that should be available on other sites, it's available for WordPress. Like you might have to spend some money on it instead of coding it, but like if you want so like blogs are easy. Products, like selling products online is easy. You want to make like a custom t-shirt maker. That's already done in WordPress. I've seen those before. You want to handle shipping, that's done. You want maps, that can be handled. Like, yeah.
What are the other things on this Themeforest? Like on the top bar?
Yep.
Code Canyon, Video Hive.
Yeah. So Envato Market, Vato, whatever, is it's a conglomerate of these like 6 sites. So if you want graphics, you can go to graphic driver and like there's like a whole bunch of graphics that you can buy.
It's useful, but those are all purchased graphics?
Yeah, these are purchased. Like at this point, it's purchased. But like you just really need a video, or you just really need some photos, and like the places that you've gone just aren't cutting it. This is like where you could go to buy photos.
Use these?
Legally, if you buy them.
Okay.
You have to buy them.
Stock photos.
This is stock photo. I mean, Themeforest is just stock themes. Code Canyon's like a little bit more raw code. So this is like WordPress plugins. Let's see, come from here.
I've never heard. What is a WordPress plugin? What the hell is it?
Yeah. So we'll show. So let's see here. Search engine optimization, SEO. So let's say you're trying to get on the top side of Google. Not newest. Let's do most popular, price, best selling. You're trying to get on the top side in Google, so it can be somewhat difficult sometimes to do on your own. It creates a lot. There's a lot of things you have to tag and things. Like if you wanted to really put some money into it, you could buy this $40 plugin, and it'll help you do that. It's just another menu in there in WordPress. Like you've seen a whole bunch of menus today in WordPress. It would be like a new menu to be like optimize your site. It would be like you'll answer like a bunch of questions, or you'll do a bunch of configuration in it, and it'll improve your search engine optimization. Or
would a plugin allow you to do something you couldn't do without it, or does it just make it easier?
Yeah. So like advertising. Right now there's no native let's say you have a blog, you have 1,000 people come to your blog, and you're like, I could actually like put some ads on this. Okay, like you could click on this advertising plugin, and I don't know. Again, I always do bestsellers because, this is a foo bar. It's called foo bar, I guess. It's a notification bar. This is an all-in-one advertising management system. So you can like apply these themes into these plugins into your WordPress, and it'll allow you to do new features, new things that you weren't able to do before. So like, and some of this will like actually get added to your drag and drop, abilities. It's like you've installed an advertising thing or advertising plugin. Now you can drag and drop an advertising thing into your WordPress, and now the advertising thing will come up. The bar will come up there or wherever you put it, right? So I don't know what else. Newsletters, membership. You want maybe to like limit the number of people coming through a certain part of your site. What else? Interface elements, forms. You want like a questionnaire form or like So a lot of you are doing tech things, and you might need like how-to documents, right? So you might need a form with questions, and like you can go in there and answer questions on your site, right? That's really cool that you can just like go and get like a kind of nice form. Now forms, like submitting forms, is like you want to collect users' emails. WordPress will, I think the theme you've downloaded with the nice theme includes that. But if not, I totally think it does. If I were to come into here.
Are there any plugins you recommend or none at this point for us?
It depends. I mean, not like blanket plugins. Like it's more like. So where's a form? Do you guys see a form in here? So like you notice though, like all of these things, you can add latest tweets or buttons or box content, testimonials, videos, tweet sliders. It'll slide through your tweets. Teammates, tabs. Parallax is like the cool effect of like as you scroll through the images, like in the background, it kind of like scrolls through this kind of interesting. A lot of startups are doing it right now. So yeah, notice like it doesn't actually look like, I don't see forms in here at all. So there's no forms. So if you wanted a way to let your users like submit their email to you, you might have to do a plugin. Sometimes you can get free plugins. They're not all paid. But in this case, let's just kind of go and look at like a form here. No, not best rated.
How did you select free as an option when searching for Themeforest?
You could type 0 to 0, I think, but I'm not sure Themeforest does free themes. If you want like free plugins, WordPress. So actually, here let me show you guys how to install a plugin. So right here, remember how we installed a theme? If you click on plugins right here, so there's 2 plugins that come installed. I guess with this theme or with this whatever. I think this is just a joke. Like this is nothing. So you can like delete that one. This one I think you need. Yeah, this one protects your thing from spam. So if you want to add a new plugin, click on Add New. And now all of these themes are either free or like they're freemium. So you can use it as like a simple user, and as you like want to, I think you can pay for it. So like caching. Here's contact form. Cool. It's like you want a free contact form, right? Here's the place to go for a free contact form, right? I don't want to pay $40. It might not look as good. It might not work as good, but like it's free. So I'm going to install this.
Themes on WordPress, there's no free ones.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing free on WordPress. Yeah, because most of the free stuff will just go through what I'm showing you right now. Is there free stuff?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Is there a place to get free themes?
Yeah, right here. So if you go to appearance themes.
Off of WordPress.
Yeah, off of WordPress is like where, and there are, I think there's other sites to see them, but like this has got a ton of themes in here. That's featured. This is popular. You know, there's like this one. This looks kind of nice. Look at that theme. That's kind of a, I don't know. I like it. This is like a one page look feel to it. This is kind of what it looks like on mobile, or different themes look on mobile. So I mean, like, yeah, some of these themes will totally work for you guys, right? And these are free, and they don't require like, whatever. So yeah, there's hundreds of these. I mean, I could just keep going, right? And this is the same thing with plugins. So some things to do is like maybe Google like top themes or best themes that you like, and maybe like search in like a category: best themes for startups, best themes for, I don't know, online selling, online order placement, best themes for, or best one-page themes, landing pages or whatever it may be. So. Cool. We're almost out of time, but do you guys have any questions? Any huge? I know that was like kind of like a crash course. I know that was like a ton of information, but did that kind of help a little bit into like understanding what WordPress is about and how to do it, how to handle it? Yeah.
Do you know how to go into the back end and actually like edit it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So give me a second. Let me figure out where that's at. No, it's not here, I don't think. No. It's appearance editor. Appearance editor. And so for all of you guys that want more, this is the code. And you could go through and like, here's all the documents in this theme. So you want the template, click on it. You can copy this into an editor. It's all in PHP. WordPress is in PHP, so if you know PHP, go to town. If you don't, I don't, then good luck. It's massive. Like this is I mean, some of these files are really big. So, like this is the 404. If it's not found, this is what it tells you. So, and if you screw one of these up, it's okay. You just can reinstall the theme and it'll override it again. Okay. So it's not too big of a deal. But when you do that, you'll have to redo the config files again, like your colors and stuff. So.
Yeah. Generally, if you like keep your theme and you have it in an extra folder. For when you do mess with this code, copy it all, and because I've done that where I've deleted things, and so that way you don't have to re-download. You just go, oh yeah, that file.
So yeah, so I'd copy this to a folder, a file, and then save it, back it up, and then edit another copy. Cool.
Well, do you code?
Thank you. This has been really helpful.
How's it goes? Good.
Thanks for giving us more work.
Do you have a website on WordPress, Wes?
No, I code my own. So.
I have mine. You want to see it? Well, it's for school. It's ugly. It's okay.
Yep.
Tigeranimation.com.
TYGER?
No, Tiger.
TIGER.
Yeah, Tiger Animation.
I'm in computer science. I don't spell. TY.
I don't spell either.
Tie.
Okay, so I have a static homepage, and then if you click on assignments, then this is the blog. And so this is what the kids do. I don't talk to my children, my students. This is their bell work. They come in, they check their work, and then I go around and I help them out. And then, so if I want to edit this from year to year, I just, I go in, and these are different posts. I have them categorized, so if you look at it, it says graphic design. If you go up to the folder, you see a folder? There's 3 categories, animation 1, 2, graphic design, and then other goodies. I have to pick the category in which I want the posting to go to, but my kids know that they can go to graphic design and only see graphic design stuff. Does that make sense?
This is pretty nifty. Yeah. Better than my professor's pages. They suck. So.
Yeah. And the videos, go ahead and show them. I haven't updated this. This was from last year. I've got some other good ones. Go ahead and play it. Do you guys need a second day of WordPress or no?
We don't need one, but we wouldn't attend the second day at this point.
Yeah. I think you guys got it from here. Yeah.
All right.
What do
So
you need
one thing I haven't done is, as I said, is pushing this to something called a Cpanel. Have you guys heard of a Cpanel before? So a cPanel is like what if you went to here. I'll log in my GoDaddy.
Okay, so this is after you get a host and you're paying them money. Usually the host that you have will have cPanel. It's the easiest way to interface with their server and to upload your files. If you get a host, they'll charge you $49 or something to upload
Actually,
your
don't have a cPanel. Never mind.
WordPress.
I don't have a cPanel. I'm not hosting on them. I only do the domains.
Okay, haven't logged into mine in forever. I might remember my password.
So these are the domains I own. Okay, so you can go into GoDaddy or whatever, and if you went and you wanted like to buy or sell or look for a domain, you could go and like search domains, and let's do GoDaddy domains.
Blackbox.com already taken?
Yeah, it is. It's taken. I also have Whitebox app, so just for the inverse theme, I'm gonna like do 2 themes on it. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, like it's like Blackbox everything is taken. Like the next closest thing is Black or Box.black or Blackbox.party, and they're premium and they cost $650. I don't have $650 right now. So I own blackboxapp.io, so I don't even own .com. So yeah. So yeah, this is a good place to go and like look for themes, or excuse me, for domains. Usually they're around $20. If you can find a .com, I don't know.
Why do you have to buy? I mean, I get that you buy it. I don't want to buy.
Yeah, so domains are. It's an architecture thing of the internet. So it's owned by a company essentially who purchased a lot of money to do that, to have that extension. So you have to purchase essentially routing through that router, essentially, kind of vaguely.
Spam, like,
Say it again. Yeah, you want to see that? You want to see what happens if you do that? I mean, I own one that's completely random. Let me just do regular. Look, it's free. It's taken, or it's available, whatever, and it's $11.99.
Why would that be $12?
Because it's always like any domain at .com is going to be $14.99, and GoDaddy's down. Like